Hi, welcome to Jigsaw. My name is Tawsha and this is my model Haley. Today we're going to be doing a really simple look, a type of braid that starts out in a French braid and then continues on into the ends, and it's called Halfway to LA. So it's a really fun look for summer. So before we started, what I did is I just gave Haley a little bit of curl in the hair, put a little bit of curl in her hair, and that just gives it a little bit of motion so that when we are braiding, the hair likes to wrap around into the braid, and also it leaves the ends really nice and pretty, the ends that are being left out. So we're just gonna start in the side here and grabbing a fairly decent sized section. And we'll leave out the hair right around the ear so that she still has some nice softness in the sides. And I'm using a product on her hair. Right now she has no product in, but I am using a product by Kevin Murphy and it's called Super Goo. And it basically just gives me a little bit of texture on my hands and smooths out the little fuzzies and flyaways without being super heavy for the braid. We're going to start with 3 sections. So we're taking our 3 sections and we're going to go under with the left side and then under with the right. And then, because it is a French, we're going to grab our next section. I find this technique easier if I'm only grabbing extra hair into the section when I'm pulling the left side under. So I've grabbed from the top, it's going under, and then I'm not grabbing and under. I'm grabbing from the top, it's going under, and then right side, do not grab more hair into it. Grabbing from the top, under, and no hair into the bottom. Grabbing from the top, under, and now we're at the back middle, and I'm just going to continue to a regular braid. Now at this point, when I get to the end, I am going to put an elastic in, but that elastic is just going to secure it for now, and I will be taking that out and fattening this braid up. So as you can see, the braid just comes along, but it is pretty skinny. You'll see when we're done the whole look, we are going to fatten this up and just make it look really nice and full and voluptuous. And then we'll be pinning this in. So now we will start on the other side. And again, we'll leave some nice softness down, maybe a little bit more onto this side because she wears her hair over to the one side. And a fairly large section to start. And I just added a little bit more of the Super Goo to my hands. Again, to really make, so we can get it nice and smooth. And 3 sections again. So the right one under, left one under. And again, only grabbing from the top, right, not grabbing from the bottom. Only grabbing from the top, and not grabbing from the bottom. So grabbing again from the top, pulling it under, and not grabbing from the bottom. And there is different ways you can approach this. If you wanted even more softness in throughout the sides here, you could even create a waterfall in throughout the side part and then move into a regular French. But we wanted a little bit more dramatic, where we're just seeing braid. So grabbing from the top, under, again adding from the top, and pulling it under, and just continuing on. We are now at where our other side ends. So now we just continue to braid it through to the end. And then the same thing as the other side. Once we get to the end, we are going to secure it, but it isn't going to stay secured. We will take that out. So we're going to start on the smaller side, and I'll now take that elastic out. And I like to put a little bit of, I use the Kevin Murphy powder puff into the ends. It just helps to give a little bit more grab on those ends so they're not too slippery and slide right out of what I'm doing. So I end up losing control. So now I'm actually going to take my braid, and I'm only going to focus on the top section, and everywhere there's the little loop, I'm going to grab that and start pulling it out. And this is going to give you a really nice fat braid. But by putting that powder on the ends, it really helps to give a bit of grip. And don't be afraid to go too out of control here. We're going to make this braid super, super big. You can see it's starting to form there. These days, nobody wants wimpy braids. Now, because we do see a little bit of parting down there, I'm just going to grab these and cover that a bit. And continue on fattening up our braid. So it gives a really nice fullness to the braid. Now this side I feel is good. Haley's hair isn't super long, so if we go too much, then of course we'll pull it all out. So once again, I'm going to secure the end here with the elastic. You can certainly see how much more fun the fat braid is. Changes it up, gives it a little bit more character. So now we'll work on this side. And taking the elastic out. So same thing with this side, we're just grabbing, pulling that braid apart so that we can really fatten it up. And go through and do it again. So many great tricks to creating different braid styles and looks. And very easy for yourself to do at home. If you know how to braid, the rest is very easy. And I find more and more of my clients do know how to braid their own hair, which is very fun for them. So again, I'm just really fattening it up, and then if you do see a parting on the underneath, you can pull that bottom just a little bit lower. But nice, full braid. And now we will secure the end again. I like to use braid to take it really nice and wide. So now we're just going to lift the braid and put them together. And in order to do that, I'm going to lift up this one. And I'm just going to grab bobby pins and slide it in to secure. And no worries if you have little pieces because of the layering in the hair. You just grab them and pin them in. And then pulling this side around and lifting. And that braid inside. Wherever you want to see it, if you want it higher or lower, make sure all those little ends are kind of tucked in where you want them to be. And again, keeping the bobby pin closed and pinning towards the face. And that'll keep it nice and secure. So now, Haley's hair is complete with her braid. And now we just have to go in and adjust her curls a little bit. And in order to do that, I'm going to use a little bit of the Kevin Murphy Hair Resort. This is a favorite product of mine that just gives it a little bit of texture and will kind of separate a little bit. It is a sea salt spray. Gives it a little bit more of that beachy appearance. You don't want the overall look to be too perfect. You want it to be nice and fun. So here is Haley's finished look. thank you for watching.